It's important to know before I start that while I write this story and when I read this story, I get brand new insights about all my old friends, as well as into my own current attitude about life. I just thought, while I was reading the last chapter about my most interesting friend, that I realized, what the hell kind of a book is this? Where's the sex? Then I thought, come on. You know, real sex doesn't begin until college. It's a real private matter with everybody. At least that's the way it was with me, and that's the way it was with college. I was never turned off on talking about or having sex anytime, anywhere in my life. I met some fantastic women, all shapes, all sizes, and all shades. I still love every last one of them, and I hear from them often, believe it or not. I just got a $250 contribution the other day from one of the girlfriends I had before I went to Africa. I had a great time with ladies, and I still like to have a good time, and I have a great memory of each. Even though they understood all I wanted to do was get laid, and that sex was pure hormones, needing a direction and a willing partner. So how about our band of brothers? I am certain a good shrink could explain me easily enough, but you can see I'm the man's type. Men are my friends, my allies, my partners, warriors, and when we get together, it's always about the bonding stuff. I'm not that way with women. They intimidate me, to be frank about it. I never thought I'd say these words in public. I'm not comfortable with women as partners. It's hard to explain. I just prefer the company of men, yet I love the company of women. I don't know how to explain that. Maybe I should talk about it to a shrink again. Anyway, if I had a closer brother on this earth, I don't know about it. Wayne and I were bonded since our first appearance together in first grade at Holy Cross Grammar School. It was always Tommy and Wayne when we were referred to by those who know us. I never thought about it much. However, after the Marine Corps, Wayne announced his objection to it abruptly one afternoon while we were all telling funny stories about our lives on a Sunday afternoon at a drinking hole called the Pump Room in Flourtown, Pennsylvania. He butted in with a real serious look on his face. Tommy and Wayne. Why is it never Wayne and Tommy? What's that bullshit all about? Everyone in the room knew I didn't own a car and that he drove me everywhere. Wayne owned the car, a 1949 Oldsmobile Coupe. So I shrugged my shoulders and kept my mouth shut when he got on his high horse. But for some reason, we all just looked at each other straight-faced and then broke up howling and snickering with laughter. And then we just couldn't stop laughing. He was totally insulted and very, very pissed off. He was either the best straight man I ever met or the dumbest bastard I ever met. I swear I never knew which. I absolutely adored Wayne. He was always so serious about everything, and he just cracked me up with every word he said. September 1959, Wayne and I got into the incoming freshman matriculation line at Bloomsburg State Teachers College gym. The word next, I stepped up. Where's your check for a $25 deposit? I don't get paid until the 20th, but I'm good for it. Wayne and I are on the GI Bill. Yeah? Well, so am I, sarcastically said the guy from the front office, sitting at the bench behind the table. Grinning at the other administrators and teachers at the matriculation table, and pointing at the beautiful Bloomsburg State Teacher College Administration Building, where we had parked Wayne's Oldsmobile down the hill, he said, "Go down and ask the head man for the $25. I said, "Wayne, wait here, hold my place till I get back," and I marched off in that direction. We were officially homeless. We had arrived at Bloomsburg weeks before the football practice and parked openly every single day next to the president's spot out front, where it clearly said on the sign, directly in front of the president's car space, for visitors only. Other than that, we had nothing but the promise of the GI Bill, the clothes on our back, our last summer paycheck in our pocket, and great big smiles. We had been accepted at Bloomsburg after taking the college exams in the spring, and were proud to be new military veterans at Bloom, which is what everybody called it. During the spring interviews, I convinced the football coach that we had played football together in high school, That was a fat chance. There were 5,000 kids in that school, and Wayne and I weren't even noticed. But as a result of my lie, we became assigned as roommates in a dorm called North Hall, which was exclusively and jealously filled with varsity athletes who lived two in a room. We reported to training camp 2 weeks early, as did the rest of the team. Money for room and tuition was never brought up by the coaches, so we didn't mention it either. The fact that neither of us ever played before was very evident during the first week to all, but we had no pads on. So we kept up easily with the others in the training drills, and we did not complain, so we earned the respect of the other athletes. Wayne was dying every night. He said, "Tommy, I can't keep it up. I'm never going to make it." And I begged him, "Promise me you will hang in there until equipment day to quit, okay?" The second week of training, it was announced, "Pads and uniforms are to be issued tomorrow." Wayne quit on the spot after he showed the coaches enormous blisters and was never seen in a practice field again after that. He was a wing whopper in the Marines. Wing whopper is what we call the Marine Air Force. He was never in good shape, and he couldn't make it through the football drills and practices. My plan, however, worked to keep him as my roomie in the dorm and on the campus. I have to be honest, I really hated football. I absolutely hated football. It never appealed to me. But to stay in the dorm, you needed to be on the team, and the coaches had to know you were sincere. I knew eventually something positive would happen. I knew personal bonding for men and the guys on the team would take at least a week. I could see it happening already because we were 4 years older and the other guys loved Wayne's sense of humor. They adopted him as their dorm mentor and told the coach how much he had helped them all with studying. At that particular task, Wayne was a true master. Wayne studied like a monk. Every night after chow, the usual old men, Wayne and I, we got a ragging from the young warriors at the tables. Wayne would go straight to the dorm alone to study, and he changed for comfort. He wore a long, white terry cloth bathrobe around North Hall, and he looked exactly like a monk.